This is Damon Albarn, and you're listening to Hallelujah Monkeyz, the #1 Gorillas podcast in the world.
Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Hallelujah Monkeyz. My name is Dylan Flynn.
My name's Trevor Ickrath. Dylan, what are we doing here today? Where's the regular episode?
Well, I wish that we were here under better circumstances.
But unfortunately, we're kind of like bad at podcasting now.
Apparently. I regret to inform everybody. I regret to inform everybody that we continue to disappoint you as content providers.
I feel like it might be because we got Damon to say that we're the best Gorillas podcast. I feel like
shit, did we curse ourselves?
We were nailing it for a while there, right? We were hitting every mark we had to. We were putting the episodes out right when they needed to. Everything was magically aligned to happen at that 30th/live episode. But now we're just like, because we were cutting our teeth back then, right? But this is a post Damon clip at the beginning of the show era Hallelujah Monkeyz, and maybe we're just maybe we're coasting a little, Maybe we're letting ourselves get a little lazy.
Well,
is that what's going on?
The fates seem to have decided to weigh in. The gods,
those fickle fates. Once they were so ever in our favor.
For sure. And now, look, here's the deal. We have a great classic episode of this podcast sitting on the hard drive waiting to be given to you, the listener.
It's a gem. We talked about Monkey, and we really uncovered some deep truths about this thing.
For sure. And we can't give it to you because of technical bullshit. So here, let me allegorically describe to you what's going on. Imagine that you found a very expensive piece of software that you use to edit podcasts on your computer, and you don't know where it came from. You just found it in the street, whatever.
So this is the call to action part of the hero's journey.
For sure. And then one day you update your operating system, and poof, your editing software is broken.
And you head into the belly of the whale.
Yeah, you're in the belly. Exactly. And then I guess meeting with the goddess is me realizing that I have to spend a whole bunch of money on Amazon to buy a legitimate copy of that editing software.
It's always a real bummer when you got to spend money on a podcast, right?
No kidding. The annual budget of Hallelujah Monkeyz has fuck-tupled in size. I don't know how else to put it, Trevor. It is gotten way off the charts here. And honestly, with all the pre-baby planning shit that's going on with Shelly and me right now, were it not for our wonderful handful of Patreon donators, I would not have been able to afford this piece of software, which, by the way, I have bought on extreme discount, and as a result, I am waiting for a download code to be shipped to me in the mail through Amazon, and it won't be here until the 28th.
Absolutely barbaric. It's a coincidence. What a coincidence that it's Thanksgiving week, because I sure am thankful for all those Patreon donors.
Yeah, they really helped us out. But to be honest, we're still a little behind. I think we got to kind of so no new episode until at least the 28th or the 30th when I get that software up and running on my computer.
But before that, we are here to beg for more money.
Yeah, but we thought about it, and we have an idea that I'm kind of excited about, Trevor.
Yeah, this sounds fun. You messaged me about it earlier. I'm raring to go about this.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. For the rest of the year until December 31st, if you decide to support our podcast at $5 a month or more, which I think we already have a couple of patrons who have done this, so get in touch with me about this, then we will allow you to submit one album that you want Trevor and I to record a track-by-track review of, and it can be something that you think we're gonna hate, something that's important to you or personal. There's only one stipulation, Trevor. What's the one stipulation?
I think there should be a couple stipulations, but I think the main one should be that it cannot be related in any way to Gorillas, because at some point we will be covering it. If it is.
Right. So if you're like, oh, I want to make them listen to Metal Machine music. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, Lou Reed recorded a Gorilla song.
That's going to be the episode that finally takes us through that event horizon where we just end up on the other side of a void, right? Destined to do this podcast forever.
One of us is quitting the show on the air during that episode.
Oh,
sure.
nobody's quitting this show, baby. We're gonna once we approach Metal Machine Music, you and I are gonna clasp hands like Thelma and Louise and just rock it into that thing.
Right, but let's just say, just so we don't get into crazy 6 degrees of Kevin Spacey. No, not him.
No,
6 degrees of
definitely not
Kevin Bacon.
Spacey.
6 Degrees of Kevin Spacey is the name of a very unfortunate child development center in California. But anyway, no, the actual hard limitation is if it's an artist who has recorded on a Gorillaz song, right? Then you can't submit their material to us because all that stuff is in the purview of our, obviously, if you have an Alex James solo record, then you're fine. He's never been on a Gorillaz song.
I'd like to add a few more, maybe not like hard rules, but suggestions. I think we should limit it to single albums. So no like don't be thrown in like The Wall by Pink Floyd or something. Because as much as I would love to like tackle that would be like a 3-hour episode and like
I feel that. I feel that.
And I like. Speaking to that, I think the closer you probably get to like a 50-minute to 1 hour window, or even like 45 minutes, that'd be sick. The better an episode it's going to be, I feel like, because it'll be a tighter discussion. And
all of these rules are, let's go ahead and say all of these rules are potentially negotiable. If you have something you want to submit that you feel like is in the gray area, just submit it and have like a backup in mind. And I'll just get in touch with you guys if for some reason we think that it won't work.
Right, and this is the softest suggestion I have. I think I feel like it would be better if you suggested kind of like a more high profile release that a lot of people have heard of. That way it would be easier for other people to kind of participate in the listening experience. Maybe I know there are.
You spend the money if you want us to review that album by your favorite band in high school. I don't care. Whatever.
Yeah, of course. I don't mean to be a Scrooge or anything. I'm definitely not going to cheat anybody out of that experience. But if I was listening to a podcast, I would be more interested in like going like, oh, I already know that album.
Right, I feel you. But here's the thing. If you want to hear these episodes, they're not going to come out on our regular feed. So we're going to do one of these a month until we've fulfilled all of the requests that we get. Remember, the deadline is December 31st. You have to commit to a $5 a month or more support on patreon.com/HallelujahMonkeyz and then get in touch and submit your album by December 31st. And then every month we're going to record one of these things and we'll put them out, but only to people who support us on Patreon at $1 a month or more. Now, we're not taking away any of the free content. Obviously, you'll still get your weekly Hallelujah Monkeyz episode.
And we will be weekly again by that point. Promise.
Yes, we promise. But if you support us at $1 a month or more, then you also get access to the monthly Patreon submission, listener request episode, and you get to hear our thoughts on whatever that record is. So that should be a lot of fun. I think this could be really cool. I'm excited to do it.
It's great to give the listeners a little more at least one hand on the wheel sometimes.
I'll even say if you're a crazy person and you want to go all the way up to like $15 a month to support us, which don't do it. But if you want to support us at $15 a month, then maybe you can Skype in and give your own thoughts on that record for us for the episode, and we'll have a little chit chat with you on the air.
I was just going to make a joke about that, but I was going to say for $100.
Well, that's thinking big.
It is a privilege to be on this podcast, Dylan, and I am slightly offended that you would throw that away for a mere $15.
I'm not saying you'll be on the whole episode. I'm saying that you'll Skype in with us. We'll chat with you about it. You'll get your feelings out of the way. Then we'll say thank you, have a nice day, and then we'll tear that album to shreds behind your back.
Nice, great.
Anyway, this could be really fun. Again, we're so sorry about the delay in release of our Journey to the West episode. We're really excited for you to hear that one and for all the episodes that we have on the docket. But these things happen. What can you do?
So we're going to be back on, what, the 28th?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's the Amazon window of when this thing gets delivered is the 28th or the 30th, like sometime in between there.
Gotcha.
So as soon as I got that software, I'm cutting that episode together.
And we will also, I think we have time to record another episode in the meantime, right? So maybe we should stick to our regular recording schedule. So these things are going to get bottlenecked a little bit. So, there might be a little bit of a longer wait, but you're going to essentially be getting 2 episodes almost at once.
Yeah, and maybe we'll be a little behind the curve on the news, but you'll also hear our reactions to the previous weeks of Gorillaz news. You won't miss out on any of that. So
of course. Cool. You're still getting all your favorite Hallelujah Monkeyz content, but just getting a slightly bigger chunk at one time. So let's call it the Great Bottleneck of November 2017.
I love it. The Great Bottleneck. This is a moment in our journey together as podcasters, as friends,
it's all part of the hero's journey, baby.
Yeah. I guess that's it, Trevor. I don't want to keep the people too long if I don't have real content to give them.
Do we want to discuss any kind of Gorillaz content just to kind of justify our presence here? You know how like sometimes when a samurai pulls his sword out of the sheath, he can't put it back in until it's drawn blood. Maybe we can't stop recording until we've discussed Gorillaz. Anything that springs to mind?
One thing that we forgot to discuss on the episode that we recorded about Monkey was the Bustin' in Blue situation.
They dropped Bustin' in Blue from the live set, which is wild because I mean it's been like a pretty big highlight, and like it's had its own little, taken on its own kind of tradition too with the whole light show thing.
And I saw a picture on the Gorillaz Facebook page, I'm looking at it as we speak, in Amsterdam, of people using their cell phone lights during Cloud of Unknowing. What?
I don't think there's any. I don't think Damon asks you to be his light in that song, guys.
No, he doesn't. And you know what that is? That's an audience crying out for Bustin' in Blue, realizing they're not going to get it, and settling for Cloud of Unknowing.
Yeah.
Damon, we know you're listening. What should he drop? What does he need to drop to get Bustin' in Blue back on there?
Are they still playing Sleeping Powder?
I think so.
You can drop Sleeping Powder.
People do like to see him do the little teapot thing, though.
I know, but they can drop Sleeping Powder. You don't need to play it anymore. We saw it, Busted in Blue is a big song.
Or take some of these long breaks you're taking and learn the rap.
That would justify its persistence. But if he's not even going to do the rap, then you can just cut Sleeping Powder and put Busted in Blue back in that slot.
He played punk the other night.
That's pretty wild. Can you imagine? I was thinking about this. Can you imagine being a casual Gorillaz fan and going to see a show and like being real hyped up to see like your big favorite singles, like your Feel Good Inks. And your 2000s maybe, but you don't get that. You get fucking punk.
Yeah, you get punk and Hong Kong and like, I think what was the other weird one he played the other night? He played something else that was weird. I can't remember what it was.
He played like Spitting Out the Demons for 5 minutes, and you're like, what the fuck? This is just like the same guitar part over and over again.
I love it.
Guys, play
Get Busted in Blue back in there though. What are you doing?
Anyway, what else do we got to do? What else do we usually do in our episodes? Let's make it. You want to say Little Paul Cracker?
Right. Oh, yeah. Let me see if I can make it happen organically.
All right. Okay.
I'm going to have Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow with my family. It's interesting. I have 3 step-siblings, and only 2 of them are going to be there because one of them's, like, estranged from the family. It's like she used to be a part of the family, but now she never shows up anymore. It's kind of like it's a little bit of a Paula Cracker situation.
It's like a little bit of a Paula Cracker situation,
It's a little bit like Paula Cracker.
A little bit of a Paula Cracker situation. That was good. We made that happen.
We did make it happen. All right, okay. Let's go ahead and leave the good people to their Thanksgiving weekend. But please go to patreon.com/HallelujahMonkeyz. Support us for $5 a month if you want to submit an album for us to do a track-by-track review of, or for $1 if you want access to those fabulous new episodes. We love you guys, and thank you again so much to you who are already supporting us. You really mean a whole lot.
Yes, you are the ones that we are truly thankful for. And until we're actually back on track, I've been Trevor Ickrath.
I've been Dylan Flynn.
Don't get lost in heaven.
Full-priced version.